This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com with my weekly review of the points I find interesting in wrestling. Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer newsletter. There's a lot more in it that I don't find interesting for people that want to subscribe to it. There is a blizzard out here in Ottawa, by the way. Piper and I were just out on the deck. It's spring hasn't arrived here in Ottawa, Canada. So let's jump into the news. By the way, great interview with DDP on this channel that John Paz did that I posted yesterday. And of course, in 1 hour, at 8 p.m., I will be doing a watch along of the WWE SmackDown episode tonight, as well as the Hall of Fame. I will be doing a watch along of NXT Stand and Deliver tomorrow at 1 p.m. WrestleMania Night 1 tomorrow at 7 p.m. WrestleMania Night 2 tomorrow at 8 p.m. And supposedly the WrestleManias are going to be 3.5 hours each. So I don't know why I want to torture myself, but I did buy the WWE Network, the Canada's version of it, which so far it's I still haven't even figured out how to cast it to the TV. But I'll digress and not bitch about that. But since I bought it, I'm going to do these watch-alongs. WWE's tonight's SmackDown has 14,393 tickets out. There's still tickets available. They'll call it a sellout, whatever they get, I'm sure. Stand and Deliver from the same arena tomorrow, 1 p.m., the NXT pay-per-view. Featuring The Rock's daughter's first match. 7,215 tickets out. We don't know if The Rock is going to come and watch his daughter's first match or not. WrestleMania Night 1 has 65,749 tickets out. Night 2 has 66,328 tickets out. There's probably about 7,000 comps per show. The arenas can hold 95,000. But they're going to call it a sellout with whatever they have. As far as Raw on Monday, the Raw after WrestleMania that I'm also going to do a live stream of, there's 15,711 tickets out right now. Meltzer points out the reason it might not be sold out yet is because of the extremely high ticket prices. The planned storyline leading towards Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler getting the tag team titles has been scrapped. It appears like the Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt match has been scrapped, unless somehow Bobby Lashley gets attacked by Bray Wyatt or something tonight, because Lashley's in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal tonight on SmackDown. But he did put out a tweet a week or two ago looking for another opponent. Bray Wyatt has been around taking pictures with fans and stuff, but it appears that for whatever reason, he's not wrestling. I mean, keep in mind, the last time they released him, he went on like a 3 months of not wrestling. He wanted time off, and this time he just got back. And now he's gone missing again. So I don't know. Overpaid guy, and there's not much buzz about Bray Wyatt right now. He did get a good reaction upon his return, but that pretty much was like a fart in the wind. NXT is doing a Battleground pay-per-view the same day as AEW is doing their Double or Nothing show in Las Vegas. The NXT pay-per-view is going to be May 28th in Lowell, Massachusetts. Well, AEW's Double or Nothing. I don't think that it's going to affect viewership of AEW. I'll be honest. The NXT episode that I saw was extremely hard to watch. The only thing I liked about the episode I saw was Braun Breaker against Jinder Mahal. The rest was like terribly hard to watch compared to like the AEW from Winnipeg Dynamite that I saw. That was much easier to watch. Mind you, I'm not watching that on a weekly basis, and the crowd was really hot for that show. But I don't think, as much as people are making a big deal out of it, it's not like it's WWE doing a pay-per-view that night. It's NXT. The final person announced for the Hall of Fame is Tim White, former referee and handler of Andre the Giant and backstage agent. This year, it's going to be Tim White getting the Warrior Award, Rey Mysterio being inducted by Conan, Andy Kaufman being inducted supposedly by Lawler, unless he becomes too sick to do it. Great Muta and being inducted by Ric Flair and Stacy Keibler. Looks like very well Keibler might be inducted by Mick Foley. That's the strongest rumor out there. Not a great Hall of Fame class overall this year. I mean, Mysterio's deserving, Great Muta and Andy Kaufman are deserving, but usually there's some bigger names. You would think for the WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, they may have wanted to put Batista in there as well. But then again, they're doing the Hall of Fame after SmackDown this year, not as a show on its own. MSNBC's David Faber spoke about the WWE sale. Said there's a number of interested parties, and including the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund. And apparently Comcast, which we've said in the past, which is the company that is behind NBC and is currently paying over $5 million a year in rights fees to WWE now, are not interested in buying the company, which might say something about its long-term view of how the WWE is going to do long-term, perception-wise. Vince McMahon officially reimbursed the WWE $17.4 million in regards to the scandal investigation, which I don't understand. What the hell was the point in doing this $17 million scandal investigation, only to find out he did make the payoffs, and now he's back as a WWE employee again and one of the CEOs of the company. So I don't get it. Also for Puerto Rico, for the Backlash show happening there, the island of Puerto Rico is getting the island of Puerto Rico is giving $1.8 million for the WWE to come to the island, and they're paying $300,000 towards WWE renting the arena there. So pretty much a paid show. So maybe they're doing that to help tourism in Puerto Rico, but it's a very poor. I mean, I lived there. I wrestled there for 4 years off and on. Former WWC two-time tag team champion, IWA Intercontinental champion. There's like homeless people everywhere. There's dogs everywhere. They don't have like Humane Society. There's like hungry dogs. They've been devastated by various hurricanes. But rather than put that money back into their economy, they're giving it to the WWE. So who knows? Superstar Billy Graham has now gone totally deaf, and he has COVID, so he can't see anyone. He's got diabetes, physical health issues. He's on kidney dialysis. He's got skin cancer. There's a lot of terrible stuff going on with him. He does have a GoFundMe. Not a famous artist, but like a talented artist who I guess does paintings and was a fan of Superstar Billy Graham, says he's going to do a painting of Superstar Billy Graham. to auction off to fans, and the proceeds will go to his GoFundMe. But yeah, sad situation. He doesn't give up though. He's been in the hospital 3 months. He's still fighting. All the money WWE's making, they don't want to help the guy that invented the term superstars for wrestlers. That now all the wrestlers are called superstar. Superstar Billy Graham was the first. Barbara Blank, the former Kelly. Now she was pregnant with her first child. Apparently, Dominic Mysterio is on Triple H's list of wrestlers he really likes. I mean, he's good as a manager, but his legs are like twigs. I think he's way better as a manager than a wrestler. He's definitely hated. I did watch Raw this week. I did a watch along with it. And Ray's match was one of the better parts of Raw. ESPN has reported that 26 women and 24 male college athletes with no wrestling experience were all getting tryouts with WWE this week. I mean, again, like you see MSNBC doesn't want to buy it. They are making a lot of money now, but they do have serious star problems that I think are going to be more and more relevant in the future. Because let's look at the stars that they really have. They still haven't had anyone eclipse John Cena's popularity. Roman Reigns might do it in the next few years, but he hasn't reached that level yet. Other than Roman Reigns, they got Cody Rhodes, who's not close to eclipsing John Cena's popularity. Brock Lesnar, he's probably going to lose at WrestleMania because he's going to take another hiatus from WWE after that. His contract is done. I mean, he's not a full-time guy. Charlotte Flair's popular as a female. Ronda Rousey's popular, but she's openly bashing the company. But she's not really a draw. As far as people that will actually draw big crowds, they don't have that many. So as the future continues on, they're going to have problems. Keep in mind, Cody Rhodes is like in his late 30s now too. It's not like he's going to be a full-time wrestler for a huge amount more time. I mean, look, he already had a pretty bad injury and was out for a while. And as you get older, it's easier to get injured. Randy Orton's back in LA this weekend, but he's not going to be wrestling. He's probably going to do something at WrestleMania. Dynamite this week did a 0.28 rating from St. Louis before 3,500 fans. NXT did a 0.16 rating. Yokozuna's A&E biography did a 0.11 rating. The Lesnar versus Reigns WWE Rivals did a 0.14 rating. Rampage did a 0.11 rating. SmackDown did a 0.58 rating from Vegas before 8,800 fans, and I have wrestled at that arena in Vegas before against Eugene. Raw from Phoenix did a 0.56 before 10,600, which they called a sellout, even though that arena can hold 18,422, not including the floor. Impact in New Japan did 0.01 ratings. The debut of AEW All Access did a 0.13 rating. MLW did not have enough viewers to rate on Reels. They only had 53,000 viewers. Women of Wrestling did a 0.05 rating. For the show, here's the weird thing for AEW. They're doing a Ring of Honor pay-per-view tonight in LA. They've got 4,276 tickets sold. Now they're putting the Ring of Honor pay-per-view against their own Rampage show tonight and SmackDown in the Hall of Fame. And Rampage is a taped Rampage. Why wouldn't they? Because AEW is a hotter company than Ring of Honor. Why wouldn't they have just done Rampage live from the Forum in LA? they would have had a great crowd with all the fans in there for WrestleMania. And then, like, I don't understand this. Why he cares about building Ring of Honor as a company name when you could put AEW in the same building and sell it out because it's a stronger name. I don't get it. Khan's Honor Club has about 15,000 subscribers. That's where its content airs. Apparently, CM Punk might be going back to AEW. He did an Instagram post this week, though, where he went off on Tony Khan, Moxley, Meltzer, and Jericho, but then he immediately took it down. Prior to that post going up, it appeared like he was going to come back. It's unknown what's going on with that situation right now. They are talking about moving All Out this year from the smaller Now Arena to the bigger United Center, which is a sign that they are planning to bring him back. They do need stars, and supposedly they're getting a Saturday show now too. They don't have really many stars. If I were them, I would sign Goldberg. I would sign Lesnar. That's what I would really do. And if, by the way, Logan Paul says his contract is over after WrestleMania, try and sign Logan Paul, but he cares more about signing unknown indie talent than people that when you're flipping the channels, you see, oh, Goldberg's on. Maybe I'll watch this for 5 minutes and see what he's doing. And if I like it, maybe then I'll watch some of the unknowns. But overall, his show are a lot of unknowns. They need a bit more star power. Dustin Rhodes and Terry Runnels' daughter Dakota had a kid, so they're grandparents now. I did an interview with Terry Runnels a few years ago where she appeared to be on something. WrestleNomics said the AEW house show in Troy, Ohio, March 18th, had a paid gate of 2,929 fans for a $99,675 gate. Now, was it really a house show if they taped dark? I don't know. They're also planning other house shows May 12th in Corbin, Kentucky, and May 13th in Salem, Virginia. Why they're doing house shows when they have their TV tapings that are like 5 or 6 hours long, taping both Rampage and a lot of times Dark and Dynamite on the same night. And then when they go back to the towns, they get a smaller crowd because the shows are just too damn long. Why do house shows instead of just having Rampage live every week? I don't know. I really don't know. Vicky Guerrero's contract expires in July. She says she's not going to stay after that. I don't know if she's being used or not. Rob Black's XPW did a show in Newark March 25th. It seriously looked like there's about 40 to 50 fans in the audience from what I saw. And the big thing on that show was Big Effin' Joe wrestled the Body. And in that match, Joe pulled down the Body's trunks, exposing his penis to the audience, and there were kids in the audience. And he stuck a hypodermic needle into the guy's penis. And by the way, I'm sorry to say I saw the clip on this on Twitter. Yes, it was death match, but Rob Black is doing more porn than wrestling. And this is basically porn. I mean, the guy grabs the other guy's dick, holds it. He's not even fighting to avoid getting the needle put in his dick. He puts the needle in his dick. Then the guy, instead of just taking the needle out, he turns around to show the audience that he's got a needle in his dick. It's just disgusting and not a good thing for wrestling. Just maybe an all-time low for wrestling. In MMA news, Anderson Silva and Donald Cerrone are going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, the UFC Hall of Fame. Alfred says hi. Lots of chatter on here. Ian says Trish turns heel at WrestleMania. Anything's possible. The Mountain Dew match was a dud and killed him. Well, yeah, the Mountain Dew match with Uncle Howdy trying to jump on LA Knight but missing LA Knight, and they still pretend that he hit it. That was brutal. And I think that's crap with Bray Wyatt has run its course. In WWE to introduce a new world title belt. Well, they should get rid of the two belts. It's dumb having two belts, particularly when one guy has held them for so long. There should only be one world champion in each company. How can you have two? How can you have two world champions? Then it doesn't make sense. Do you have two Stanley Cup winners? Do you have two Super Bowl winners in the same company? How I mean, I don't get it. Scott says, great climate. Yeah. I mean, I wish I was in Phoenix right now, but whatever. Can I do another Eric Watts interview? He did message me to say he wanted to do one. I can tell you that I have interviews coming up with Brutus Beefcake, Jack Victory, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, somebody wants to say hi. Come here. Somebody wants to say hi. She's looking forward to watching SmackDown tonight. She's doing really well, but she's been sleeping. Somebody says if they're having Punk do nothing but cut another a promo every few months, that'll work. Someone says XPW. I believe that's back. If you want to call events in front of 40 people in New Jersey back, sure. And needing to stick needles in people's dicks to make any attention. Someone says WWE Logic. Yes, two world champions. I don't get it. Yes, Piper's a sweetie pie. She's a tough cookie. She's doing really well. Had a really horrible health scare last fall, and thank God she is doing well, back to her normal self. So thanks for everyone for watching, and I'll be back at 8 p.m. to do a live stream of SmackDown, which I'm just going to do audio of because I don't feel like being on camera for that. So, talk to you guys later.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss